Wake up.
Wake up.
Let me tell you what they say to hypnotize you. The things that keep your blues like pill. Your life is a serious life. Your deeds are serious deeds. Your loves are serious loves. Your desires are serious desires. Your needs are serious needs. And this life is your only life. They whisper it into your ear to make sure there is one place you reside and nothing more. And it is a field. And you are powerless. And you can only see through your looking glass that we gave you. But let my voice guide your vision to the rabbit's hole. Jump down to come up and back again. And there will be a different plane down there. And then there's two. And the red meets blue. You can only see both clearly when looking from the other side.
I used to think that dreams were simply imaginations until I woke up in one. Last night, a voice woke me in my dream. I became fully aware. It felt like I was awake, able to experience the dream world with the same comprehension level as my daily life. I was awake, even though I simultaneously knew that I was sleeping. What does it mean to be awake? I never liked the word awakening. To me, it always felt like a flashy term used by new age spiritual content creators who wanted to prove that they were somehow more adept than others. I never gave them or any of the countless teachers who used that word the time to explain what they meant. I was too busy projecting my own pridefulness onto their words. Now I understand that awakening is not some glamorous process, it's deeply unsettling. Just like when we wake up every morning and reconnect ourselves with this physical reality by remembering our identities, friends, families, stressors, and to-do lists, awakening is the process of remembering what we really are, what we were and what we will be before and after physicality, a limitless awareness that travels through all of these dimensions of reality. Awakening is the jostling ride of re-identifying ourselves with that awareness and accepting full responsibility over our journey.
If life is chess, be at least both players. You will find yourself in cycles. There are two ways to read that line. One is a surfer's destiny, the other a human stepping foot outside to the forest floor and feeling unimaginably large, massively small. You will find yourself in cycles. See how they whirl and twist and flip, but stay calm. Awakening will be just this. Rejoice, even, at the swirling current of growth and regression.
Welcome to nature. I wanted to take a second to tell a quick story about awakening and how it shows up in our everyday life. About 2 weeks ago, I had a reoccurring dream. In this dream, I get into a vehicle of any kind, and whatever I try to do, however I try to direct the vehicle, whether it's by hitting pedals or turning a wheel, nothing seems to work the way I think it's supposed to. It just ends with me having this feeling of no control and getting into some sort of accident because of it. Now, 2 weeks ago, this dream was so intense that it was actually 4 scenes of a dream back to back to back, where I got in crash after crash after crash and woke up being like, all right, there is something going on right now that I really need to pay attention to. And I didn't. The day after that, I had some friends over and just ignored everything I was supposed to do, woke up the next morning feeling like trash, and it made me go, dang, I was compulsive again. What awakening means to me is moving from a compulsive way of life to a conscious way of life. So whenever I would have this dream, it would be pretty much a compulsive reaction of mine that I'm at this point where I'm going to burn out and I need to just do whatever I can to get past it. What was really interesting is that during that compulsive phase, I was more conscious about the way that I was being compulsive. As I was doing these things that I know aren't good for me, I was gaining this almost third-person perspective, watching me do that, and rather than getting mad at myself like I usually would in that situation if I could snap out, I snapped out and almost looked at myself with compassion and was like, I understand that you're in a difficult spot right now, but this isn't the type of way to handle that. And throughout the rest of that night and the rest of the next days, rather than having the same kind of dig myself into a trench that I usually would, I felt like I was able to accept myself in ways that I normally couldn't, and very quickly move out of that phase. There is one other reoccurring dream that often comes up when I'm in a stressful time like this, and it's a dream where my teeth fall out. It was actually one of the things that first triggered a lucid dream for me, because I was able to notice, oh, all of my teeth just fell out into my hand. This is probably a dream. In both of these dreams, the vehicles and the teeth falling out, I am always experiencing the dream from a first-person perspective. The other night, however, something very strange happened. In my dream, I was looking at Mitch, and Mitch got hit on the nose with a dodgeball and proceeds to reach into his mouth and take out a tooth. And I'm watching him take one of his teeth out, and then he proceeds to pull out all of his teeth as they fall into his hand. Not only that, but he starts to dismantle his skull. It's like the teeth dream times 10. Directly after this dream, I pop into a new scene where I'm standing on the side of a road and a police car is driving down the road. The police car starts to swerve and I start to get anxious because I can feel that they are out of control of their vehicle. Then all of a sudden their car just does a whole flip on its head and lands on the back. The police officer gets out and is uninjured. But I also realized right away, I just had a dream of someone's teeth falling out that I was watching, and then someone out of control in a car that I was watching. And I woke up from those dreams and had now seen the direct effects of how my waking reality was now affecting my dreaming reality, because I had been able to take this new perspective in these dreams where I am usually the one going through all the difficult times. I was now able to make space between myself and the difficult times that I was facing. In my experience, as I've become more aware of these different states of being, I've also seen how the one being that I am actually travels through these different states. That realization has been incredibly empowering to me, because it's made me see that everything that I perceive, every single moment of my existence, whether in a dream state, waking state, meditative state, trance state, whatever it is, all of it is time that we get to practice our art of being. And no matter which state we practice in, it affects all of those other states because we are the thing that remains consistent throughout all of them.
Wake up.
Wake up.
You will find yourself in cycles, not unlike the cycles of your microbiome, processing what has happened, or the ecosystem around you moving even slower. Just make sure your cycles upcycle like nature does, so the pain and death and wastes of you are built from and grown out of until decaying feels nice, because it makes you evolve who you are as you grapple with who you were, shedding it to the ground and learning from it as it grows back into you. Awakening. As a child, you were born into the sea. Awake, you loved your life and you were free. Society had nothing on you, no chains to hold you back. But somehow you learned separateness that made your head lie down. Asleep, 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 asleep. Asleep, asleep. And now you find your eyelids dancing flutter. Find yourself under it all. Breathe in, looking back. Exhale, focus your breath. One step for waking up. Consciousness awakens. Return where you began. Moon, she cries, joy tonight. Open eyes, you see it all.